In this video, I am testing a mini thing. Unlock. Yes, it's a Mini Countryman. I don't even think it's a four-wheel drive one. Has it got any rear drive shafts going on? No. No. Looks like it's just two-wheel drive. And I am fast discovering that the panoramic roof and black leather seats are a really bad combination. Ouch, 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 ouch. Key goes in there. And oh no, service overdue. Oh, shut up. Yeah, it bleeps a lot at you. The air conditioning is just starting to ramp up and is rubbish. It is really feeble. Don't know if it's just because it's British, but it just doesn't seem to work very well. It doesn't keep you very, very cold. Otherwise, I quite like the style of the dashboard. It's got a truly superb automatic gearbox. It does downshift, it drops into neutral at traffic lights, as long as you keep your foot on the brake. Bad move, but I quite like the neutral thing. Got quite a funky handbrake. It's just nicely different. You know, back in the old days we used to have to use a lever. It's got that, it's got this screen, that's the speedometer, but you've got this replicated there, buttons variously, paddles you don't need because the gearbox is so good, cruise control should you need, electric windows, blah blah blah. The engine, unfortunately, if I just pause the aircon for a moment, if I can work out how to do that, it just sounds like a truck engine. It's yeah, it's not a very nice sounding engine, but it and the gearbox work very well. Keep the revs in this sort of narrow power band, and that's good because you don't want to rev it because it sounds awful, but if you drive along just nicely, it's okay. We'll do a wiper test, excuse my mount, and the wipers do a good performance, nice bit of overlap, and oh no, ladies have invaded my video and now everyone will be getting horribly overexcited. Yeah, the wipers work well. I quite like the design. Look, we've got some kinky arms going on. I think that's excellent. I'll even do the rear because I'm really kind to you. And there you go. It's just a tiddly little thing at the back, but nonetheless, it kind of works. Oh, now we've got low screen wash as well. So, yep, thank you. We've got this navigation system down here so you can scroll down there. This is all very distracting and rubbish. There are a few crumbs. The owner has had this car 4 years and is clearly as obsessed with keeping the car in immaculate condition as I am, which is not very. There are bigger priorities in life. Yeah, I'm in the middle of a shoot. I've done one car this morning, Suzuki Cappuccino. I'm just off to drive another one, which is a Ford Cortina with a 6-cylinder engine. It is, well, the car reckons it's 45 degrees outside. I reckon about 40 is probably more accurate. It is blooming hot, painfully so. An ideal day to be driving cars that don't have air conditioning. So this has got something that is almost cold coming out the vents, but not quite. There you go. I just thought I'd give you a quick look around the Mini Countryman, because to be honest, I like it more than I thought. Yes, the ride is really crashy. I kind of expected that. Normal Minis also have terrible suspension. Original Minis are hardly the last word in refinement. The steering has a really nice feel to it, actually. I like the steering very much. It's just got a nice meaty resistance to it. It feels less Grand Theft Auto, or not Grand Theft Auto, Gran Turismo, there you go, than some cars. So that's quite good. The driving position isn't bad. The seats are relatively comfortable, although all modern cars have the head restraint set far too close. That's my back set where I want it to be, and my head is on the rest, which is not nice when you're driving along with firm suspension. So I wish we could do something about that. I've driven a Ford Mondeo recently. It was even worse for that, and I kind of felt like I was having my head forced forward. Enough prattle. I will do some driving in this car, but I need to get to my next photo shoot. Oh, what the hell, you can come with me on the stupid head mount for a bit while I try and find my way to the next photo shoot. Always look all around when doing your maneuverings. No reversing camera or anything fancy like that. got the toggle indicators that return back to the middle position. You have to flick them slightly the other way to turn them off. Actually, toggle indicators were fitted to the earlier Citroen AMEs, so that's not new technology necessarily, but you can hear the aircon is absolutely flat out. It is struggling to cope with this extreme Sydney weather. Even by Sydney standards, this is a bit of a scorcher, and we're west of Sydney, so we're away from the coast, which makes it even worse. But yeah, it's just an okay car. It gets you down the road. It doesn't offer great excitement, but it offers decent handling and a gear change which downshifts, which I'm not used to automatics doing. And now it's in neutral. If I flick it into neutral, there's no change in feel because it's in neutral. Yeah. There you go. I'm an expert road tester. Get out ahead of the yellow Ford Falcon Ute. So if you boot it, it sounds horrible. So my advice, if you ever drive one of these vehicles, is do not boot it, because otherwise it'll build speed smoothly enough, but you may now be able to hear the woo 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 of the run flat tyres, which I think frankly make an unacceptable level of noise. But yeah, it's okay. It's not a bad car. It just isn't necessarily one I would personally choose to own. But actually, I think driving around in it, especially driving around through Sydney this morning, I think I've liked it more than I expected. So if that's not quite a recommendation, well, what do you expect? This is HubNut. We don't usually drive vehicles like this, but I'm very grateful to the owner of said vehicle for loaning it me, because I'm using it to get around Sydney. So clearly I'm not going to be massively rude about a car someone has lent me. It's very kind of them, and it is doing the job just fine. We are travelling about, so it's very difficult to read the ridiculous big speedo display, but you get a little kilometre readout here as well, so you can see how fast you're going, which in this case is ever so slightly too fast. Get the thing moving, and we're currently on cruise control, and the tyre noise seems to die away. Actually feels quite peaceful almost. Holy crap, look at the state of that. I think that is bushfire smoke. Quite extraordinary. And slightly scary. So that was a very quick test of a Mini Countryman, and it must be said, I think this is probably its least satisfactory angle. It really does look quite fat and blobby from the front, but I like that a lot more than I expected, and I'm sure you didn't, and are now leaving lots of nasty comments, because that's the joy of the internet. But there you go. It's always good to try stuff that isn't necessarily on your radar, and yeah, like I say, I enjoyed that one. So farewell, see you in a future video.